What is going on, guys? My name is Ben. How are you guys doing today? And what I have for you today in this video is I want to talk about an interesting article that I read from TechnoBuffalo.com where Apple was accused of deleting music from its competitors off of people's iPods. What I mean by this is Rivals music, as how the article was titled. Well, Rivals was in there, but basically, I think that what the article was describing is if you have services like Spotify, Pandora. Well, Pandora, I don't even think you can download music from it since it's a radio station. I don't use Pandora, so I don't know too much about it. But, services like that, and you happen to download it onto your device, Apple tries to delete it. Basically, the article was saying Apple will delete non-Apple music off of people's devices. Now, why is Apple doing this? Well, from what the article described was that Apple was trying to protect iTunes and get people to strictly use iTunes if they're using their devices right here. And Apple was accused for that, and they've been doing this, I believe, from what I've read, was since 2009. Now, it's stated as recently as 2009, so I don't know if because I'm thinking two different meanings for that. One, they've been doing this since 2009, and two, that this situation just appeared, and now Apple is being accused later on, a few years after. So, that's pretty much why Apple is trying to delete music from other services or their competitors, because people just they want people to strictly stay with iTunes if they're going to be using their devices. Now, how do I feel about this? Well, even though I don't use these other services, other people do. I feel like this shouldn't be an issue at all. I mean, you have Android out there. You have multiple kinds of music services. You got Google Music, you got Spotify, Pandora, any other music service out there, and that's how people use your products. If they can do something, or they have an account with a certain type of service, and if they found out that it can be used on that particular device, then they're going to want to buy it. Nobody's going to want to use these if all you're restricted to is iTunes. I certainly wouldn't. So there's this thing where I feel like this is an opinion, by the way. I feel like Apple needs to realize that all these downloads from other services is getting people to use their devices more. Now, I could understand if they're trying to do this to prevent pirated content being put onto these devices right here, and that's totally understandable, because companies that produce their products and they develop a song or whatever don't want it to be cracked, and then people having cracked copies. It's like if you're downloading cracked software. So, the way I see this, if Apple actually did delete these songs from people's devices, I think that's a really unintelligent move right there. Whether it's a song from Spotify, Pandora, or other music services out there, Google Music, leave it alone, because you want your products to have a variety, from my point of view. And if you have that variety, people are going to want to use it more. I mean, if you're just going to restrict your device just to use your software, people will turn around and get something else. I mean, that's why you have third-party developers get into your mobile operating system or operating systems in general to produce apps, and music services are doing the same thing, so that way they can expand themselves. And by doing this, Apple isn't letting any music service expand themselves as much as they wanted to. So what do you guys think about this? Do you guys think that this was a smart move for Apple, or was it not so smart. Go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.